Insecurity Talks with Reuben Abati.
And today our focus will be on the politics of Anambra State. Insecurity in Anambra State and the Southeast, and the devastating impact on lives, livelihoods, and governance, and how these can be tackled effectively. And in doing that, we'll be taking a look at the forthcoming off-cycle elections in Anambra State amidst the state of insecurity that I have just referred to. And it is my pleasure to introduce our guest for today's discussion, Dr. Onyeka Nwafor, a gubernatorial aspirant on the platform of the All Progressives Conference. Our guest, Dr. Onyeka Nwafor, is a medical doctor, an economist, and a politician, and has a diverse political history from contesting for the presidency 2023 under the National Rescue Movement to vying for a House of Representatives seat in 2019 under the United Progressives Party, UPP. Now his focus is to lead Anambra State under the All Progressives Party, APC. Now, who is our guest? I'd like to introduce him fully. Dr. Nwafor is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Enugu Medical Center and a prominent gubernatorial aspirant under the All Progressives Congress, APC, for the 2025 Anambra State governorship election scheduled for November. A seasoned professional, Dr. Nwafor holds a bachelor's degree in economics from the former Anambra State University and an honorary doctorate in political and project management from America Management University. Dr. Nwafor's extensive experience spans governance and agriculture. He served as the project coordinator for the Food Security Trade Fair under the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Food Security, where he championed initiatives to improve food access and sustainability. Now, in 2023, he contested as a presidential candidate under the National Rescue Movement, NRM, before joining the APC, where he continues to play a key role as a stakeholder. He was a member of the APC Appeal Committee for the Ondo governorship primary, contributing to the successful clearance of His Excellency Governor Lucky Adetiwa. Currently, he is serving as the Deputy Director of Monitoring and Evaluation for the All Farmers Progressive Association. Dr. Nwafor remains committed to empowering farmers and promoting sustainable agricultural practices. He is also a member of the APC committee dedicated to addressing hunger and reducing food prices in Nigeria. As a gubernatorial aspirant, Dr. Nwafor aims to leverage his experience in governance, agriculture, and project management to drive transformative development in Anambra State, focusing on economic growth, food security, and social welfare. Now, to our topic of the day. Anambra State stands at a crossroads as preparations intensify for the 2025 gubernatorial election, a significant chapter in the state's democratic journey. Unlike the general election cycle observed across most states in Nigeria, Anambra's unique electoral calendar tells the story of judicial interventions and political resilience. Since 2010, the state has held standalone gubernatorial elections, each marked by its own challenges and triumphs. The upcoming election, scheduled for November 8, 2025, arises against a backdrop of persistent issues, chief among which insecurity. The insecurity that has plagued the state and its southeastern neighbors. Memories of the 2021 elections are still fresh. A contest conducted under the shadow of threats from unknown government and separatist agitations. Voter turnout was historically low, reflecting the growing anxiety among residents, while election logistics were tested in unprecedented ways. Such challenges not only undermine democracy, but also jeopardize development. Now, the National Bureau of Statistics reported that Nigeria recorded more than 600,000 deaths from insecurity between May 2023 and April 2024. And according to a study published in the journal Injury Prevention, Anambra and Ebonyi states have the highest relative number of violent deaths per 100,000 population at 83.5% and 54.9% respectively. Anambra, in other words, in terms of injury and violence, 83.5%. Anambra State has borne the brunt of these attacks, with communities terrorized by gunmen, kidnappers, and other criminal elements. This insecurity has left farmers unable to access their lands, leading to skyrocketing food prices and worsening hunger. A tragic example of this desperation was the Christmas stampede in Anambra, where several people lost their lives while struggling to get food aid. Businesses and investors are also fleeing from the region, further crippling an already struggling economy due to the sit-at-home on Mondays, ordered by the proscribed group of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, although IPOB says it denies that some people are responsible for that, just to get the record straight. The current governor, Dr. Charles Soludo, has implemented measures to tackle insecurity, but the challenges persist, leaving many residents in fear. Farmers in the state can no longer access their farms due to threats from unknown gunmen, further deepening hunger and poverty. Stampedes like the recent one during Christmas palliative distribution highlight the desperation and insecurity in the region. The agricultural sector, a backbone of the local economy, has been severely impacted by insecurity, resulting in skyrocketing food prices. Now, to join this conversation, you can call us at 0700 1051 1051. You can send us WhatsApp messages at 0909 916 4403 or reach out to us on our social media accounts at City 1051 on Zoom, Instagram, and Facebook. Well, with that introduction, it's now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Onyeka Nwafor to this program. Thank you very much, Dr. Nwafor, and welcome to City Talk.
Thank you, Dr. Reuben. I'm happy to be here. Good afternoon.
Yes. Well, very quickly, let me ask you. Now, I've had some people say that there's no vacancy in Anambra State Government House. That by the principle of zoning, that Dr. Soludo is from the south, right?
Anambra
South.
Anambra South, yeah.
That is automatically entitled to a second term for fairness purposes. And that he has a number of projects that you just start commissioning or he has not completed, and that he should be allowed to finish his second term for the Anambra South people. So why do you think you can dislodge the incumbent? With zoning, with all these arguments that I say people are putting up.
Okay, Dr. Reuben, thank you so much. First of all, I am from the same senatorial district with Governor Soludo, which is Anambra South. I come from Orumba South local government. Orumba is one of the 7 local governments that made up Anambra South senatorial district. There is a zoning already, and in that zoning, Anambra South still have 4 years to hold on to the seat of governorship. When you talk of the projects, there is nothing Soludo has to show apart from the fruit market and few roads, which is not even up to 4 kilometers, that he was able to do. Other projects that is going on is the one he inherited. The only thing currently he has to show is the blood of the people that has been flowing on the streets of Anambra. The people are not angry at this time. Dislodging Soludo is just a matter of time. By the date on November 8th, God willing, and I secure the ticket of APC, people are ready to come out and vote him out, because already at this point they are tired. The only glory his party has was the airport that was commissioned few weeks before the governorship election that gave him part of the victory. He's governor today. There is no project Soludo can tell you. His term is expiring on March 2026. Ask questions in Anambra. You can't be able to point one laudable project to say that his administration, apart from the only flyover he's doing in his town. The previous governor, who is His Excellency Dr. Willie Obiano, did up to 3 bridges, flyovers in Anambra State, and so many other projects, the airport and so on and so forth. So Soludo governance is a complete mistake to Anambra State. Dislodging him is something that will happen.
Okay, you say you are from the same senatorial district with so zoning favors you.
Zoning favors.
I hope we don't have an Ondo State situation. You know, the 2 candidates in the last Ondo State election came from the same area, and the incumbent, you know, was able to, because the people decided, well, let the man who is already there continue. There's no point changing our song. But look, Anambra State election, I must have moderated about 3 gubernatorial debates, the last 3 elections in that state. I guess I was part of the moderation. Now, it's a very tough contest. There are, you know, what do you think gives you a chance against, 1, Soludo himself, 2, this my friend Valentine Ozigbo of the Labour Party, and then in your own party, the APC, you have Sapo Chukuma. Sapo Chukuma has also, you know, indicated interest. Now, what do you think gives you an advantage within your party and on the field? Because in your party, first you have to contend with Valentine Chukuma, who has been AMAC chairman, auditor of the APC, chairman of the governing council of Benue State University and all of that. What are the advantages you think you have?
Okay, first of all, Paul Chukwuma is from Anambra North. There is zoning principle in Anambra State, and I believe in 2001, all political parties in Anambra State respected the zoning principle. At that 2001, that was the time I was almost the candidate of AA, but they changed the name. We headed to court. We were in court with a Tiaba's son, and that election was conducted. So Paul Chukwuma cannot change the zoning. I don't believe APC as my party will not take the trend the other parties to go and hand over their ticket to somebody that is not from Anambra South. Number 1. On the issue of Valentine being of Labour Party, there are only 2 things I have to say. 1, until he secures the ticket of Labour Party for the gubernatorial, then issues on ground will speak for himself. Number 1, I am a youth. A lot of people in Anambra, they are tired. When I say they are tired, Soludo is a professor. People are now complaining that if they know that this is what it will be, they will not engage in it. I believe that this is not issue of Labour Party. This is issue of speaking for what you have done for Anambra people. There are records to show. I still remain the only person, even before I declared for governor, that has given baby's bed to all the hospitals in Anambra State, even the government hospital. There are records. Him himself, as a governor, knows. Majority of the hospital outside my Orumba South, outside Anambra South. I have gone to other places to make sure that these babies, what I saw in those hospitals when I visited them, it was mind-blowing. And to crown it all, I stand a more better chance in defeating them in this election because of what people know me for, that this person stands by his words. Leaders, because Anambra politics is a church-based politics. You can't remove that. There are factors of people believing, oh, this person, what do we take him for? He's a member of our church. He's somebody that can stand to be able to defend what he says or what he has done. At least there are records of things as the one I mentioned to you, and there are other things. Even in my own little way, from my foundation, I've been able to help people who have been unjustly accused from the prison, from different places, That's why today you might see my name in so many police stations, not because I have an issue, no, because I speak for people and I always say this must be done right. Release this person, they have not done anything. And that's where I stand. So things I've done for Anambra people will definitely speak for me.
Okay, apart from Zuni, Dr. Nwafor, talk to us about the fact that Anambra is considered an APGA stronghold. Okay? So, the last time I was there, they were calling it Apuga. So, it's an Apuga stronghold. How do you think that the APC, yes, APC may have power at the center, but will it be easy? Because all politics is local. And APGA still has a lot of influence in that state.
Okay, yes, Anambra is an APGA state. I won't deny that, because from P2B, they took over the state. But there is something that is going on. APGA has a division right now. Let me take you back, verify this thing I'm about to say here. The former appointees of the former governor, Willie Obiano, currently now, they are not standing with the governor, Soludo. The state might be APGA, but people are tired. Do you know, if you know the rate of kidnapping that happens on every day, in short, today, maybe by evening today, Gogo, where did the kidnapping take place in Anambra, you see it. Anambrarians are tired. It's not only APGA that is in, even the APGA members are even tired. But you know, because some of them cannot speak to avoid victimization. But APC is closing ranks in Anambra. And that's why I said, once I get the ticket of APC, it becomes easy because people are not just looking at the party, they are looking at the individual. There are some things I don't need to say here. I know what church leaders have said to me. These are respectable church leaders, bishops in Anambra. They said, we are tired. What we are waiting for is for you to secure the ticket of the party. Because this is not about APGA. This is about the man at the helm of affair who sounds confused. There is nothing to show. As I'm talking to you as at this time, businesses in Anambra are closing, not because of the economic state in the country, but because of taxes that has been imposed. Because the governor has failed to say the truth that he inherited almost the empty treasury. He can't say it. So he's just trying to manage and grapple to see the way he can run the state by whichever magic he needs to do. But the truth is that his performance is the lowest. Find this out from anybody. This is not issue of APGA. This is not the issue of what has he done. Because the APGA factor will not go into play. The only thing, as I said previously, part of what gave him that victory was that airport. Anambra has not had an airport before, and an APGA governor was able to bring one. So that thing gave people, so we had an airport now. They now went out to vote for him. There is nothing he's going to show. Nothing. So,
okay.
Yes.
Okay, but sorry to interrupt you. If he inherited an empty treasury, why will he not be able to say so? You say he cannot say he inherited an empty treasury. Why?
Okay,
this whole game is about transparency and accountability.
Why I said that is, before he took over from Willie Obiano, taxes was not imposed to Keke Napep, Bus Drivers Association. At the time, they went on riot. Why he can't be able to say so is that it was like a favor. I believe he may not want to speak against the former governor that helped him to become governor. So the man closed his mouth. So all of a sudden, Anambra started experiencing taxes that rose from 1% to almost 20%. Bus drivers and Keke Napep people started shouting, but he closed his mouth. Only is part of that integrity, because I believe governance is continuous. It's not his personal business. If he inherited the empty treasury, he's supposed to come out and say, oh, look, there is no money in the state. But the scope of things shows it that there is no money in this state. That the man is just managing to see, so he doesn't open his mouth to talk. So that's the transparency and integrity Soludo lacks as a person. And I'll keep on saying it.
Okay, I'll still come to what you intend to do, your agenda for the people of Anambra State. But before I go to that, the last time you were with the National Rescue Movement, you wanted to be president of Nigeria. Now you want to be governor. What's responsible for that switch? I mean, from presidency, which is a much higher ambition, now you want to go and be governor at the local level. Why the switch?
Okay, this is what happened. Before then, I wanted to be president. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not assumed power as the president of Nigeria. And since he assumed power as the president of Nigeria, I have seen the way he has been handling things. And I believe that he needs more time to finish. And now, since this presidency is in the south and is the president, I need to go back and develop Anambra. So that's the reason why I have to switch to be able to attract more federal presence, to be able to give my people what they need. Part of it is the insecurity. Dr. Reuben, for me to sleep in Anambra State on just 1 week cost me up to 1 million naira. So this is what so many people, they won't speak, they will not talk. People will close their mouth. But this is so devastating. This is part of the reason I said no. I need to go and save this state. First of all, if God willing, I get to power as governor of Anambra and I can still get to the presidency, it's fine. But for now, my interest is Anambra State because that is where the center point is, to save the state from Soludo.
Okay, you were in National Rescue Movement. You were also in UPP. On the platform of UPP, you ran for, is it House of Reps?
House of Reps.
And now you are moving to APC, or you are in APC. Now, quite some journey in politics. What lessons have you learned in this, journey that you think, would stand you in good stead in this latest ambition?
Okay, first and foremost, the lessons I've learned in these few times I've moved from one party or the other is, number one, I don't want to play opposition anymore. That is first and foremost, because those opposition sets you back. But I believe that if you have the idea and the will to change a particular place, whether a bad governance in the state or in the federal level or in the state assembly, it doesn't matter the party you are, you have to try to see how to change it. And I've also learned a very big lesson that in everything you do, you need to be upright and people need to take your word for your word. Because when I was in UPP, let me take you back to that. The Bishop of Archdiocese of Onitsha said one statement one day in the service. He said, "It is not his party I'm interested in. It is who he is. I am going to support this person for presidency. I will stand by him. I will not stand with the Abga. Abga was the governor then. He won't stand with the House of Rep member that was." He said, "No, I will stand with him. Even if he fails, we know that we try to do the right thing." So I have come to see that integrity, when people look at you over time, they know that you have stand for your word. When people see that from the little you have been able to take them in factor their problem into consideration, that you have been able to stand and speak out, that you have been able to say, "No, this is wrong. Let this thing go this way. It should be the right thing done." So these are lessons I've learned for this few period that I know that is going to help me at this point in time to achieve, because the people are what they're interested in. Who is this person? What can we hold onto him? This person wanting to govern us, to be our governor. It's not just about APC, but then I need to move. I move to APC because APC is at the center. I don't need to play opposition at this point for me to be governor of Anambra.
Yeah. Let's now begin to look at the issues. Insecurity is a big elephant in the room in Anambra State. In the year 2024 alone, over 1,100 lives were lost. People killed. Just, don't come out on Mondays, or some random kidnapping and all of that. Now, how do you intend to address that? Say, for example, within the first 100 days in office, how do you intend to address the challenge of insecurity?
Okay, first and foremost, the challenges of insecurity is very easy to address. You see, what we're experiencing in the southeast is not up to what we are currently experiencing or we have experienced in the north, like places like Borno. This is my plan. For you to address insecurity, you must first of all take into recognition intelligence gathering. Dr. Reuben, There is no kidnapping today that the kidnappers did not sit down somewhere, did not assemble themselves. They will come out from somewhere, they will go back to that same place. So intelligence gathering is part of my key factor in addressing insecurity. I don't want to put up the approach in when they kidnap people, I will just start looking for them. No, that's why. Number one, I will create a community-based security. What do I mean? It is not just the vigilante, no. Monies will be paid for gathering information because these boys enter from somewhere and people see them when they come out. So prevention is better for me than curing, than rescuing people that has been kidnapped. So my first point is intelligence gathering the information. So before they carry out the plan, whether they are going to kidnap people or whether they are going to murder people, they have been arrested. That's the reason why in developed countries today, once you do anything, by the time you finish doing it, in 3 hours, 4 hours, police will arrest you because everywhere will be monitored. Intelligence gathering. And also making very sure that Anambra has a coordinated CCTV monitoring unit where people can be able to see if they said that, oh, it was a red card they used in this operation. Before they get to the other point, under junction, the security agency is already waiting for them. Information-based, technology-based is the way I want to make sure that Anambra is secured. Because if we remove intelligence, Dr. Reuben, you cannot achieve anything. What you can only achieve is stop and search. Stop and search has not helped the issue in this country. And I still say it to you today.
Well, Dr. Nwafor, you know that intelligence gathering is the work of the security agencies. It's not the governor that will go onto the streets to gather intelligence. It will require the governor to engage the security agencies and also to engage with community leaders, even the local vigilante, the traditional rulers. Now, what strategy do you have? Because we can't assume that people who have ruled the Anambra state before now don't know that intelligence gathering is important. They know that the way, our security agencies are structured, all kinds of dynamics at the community level, they seem not to have succeeded. What kind of twist are you going to bring to it? Because intelligence gathering, yes, we all know that if you gather intelligence, but what will be different?
Okay, let me take a clue from something the former governor of Anambra, Willie Obiano, did. When Willie was governor, he's not a member of my party, but I'll give him credit to an extent to that. When Willie was governor, what Willie did, Willie got, first of all, he got equipment that we are monitoring every movement going on in Anambra. And that gave Willie an edge to what has been happening. Let me go back to your question. I will call the security agencies, they are various heads in Anambra for a meeting. Because when we are talking of intelligence gathering, every hands must be on deck. I will not want issue of, the police trying to override the DSS or the DSS trying to outshine the army. I would make them understand that we are on the same table to achieve one goal, and that is to make Anambra safe. I don't want anyone who takes credit of anything. All I need on this my desk every morning is the intelligence they have gathered, the movement of some people which they feel that is a problem. And how are they going to achieve that? I'm going to release money for intelligence, because you can't gather intelligence without money. These things we are saying, community leaders, other subsidies, government have tried it. Let me say something. If you don't map out funds for intelligence gathering, you will not get information. Informations are sourced with funds. If the state governments are ready, there should be a budget for security, which makes it for you to pay people. Because if you want to catch a thief, you need to get another thief to give information how that thief goes. And the only way you can do it, part of it is that I am going to involve community leaders. Number one, the traditional rulers will become the proper chief security officer of their community, not by mouth. What do I mean? They need to give me someone in every community that will be reporting to a desk in that community to make sure that activities going on in that community are monitored. Because we say these boys are in the forest. These forests are in Anambra. Who monitors their movement? Who sees when they go in and when they go out? Let me take you back to when this boy in Abia State, Osisi Kanku, was reigning. The president gave a marching order, and the military men has to track him to the bush where he lives and lie down there, and they waited for him to come back until they killed him. Part of what I intend doing is to make a robust security intelligence gathering, appoint people in different communities in Anambra who will oversee the security outfit, not just the vigilante. It is monitor informations and get it to the state government, hand it over to the security agencies who will in turn implement those informations we have gathered. If they feel that there is a place some people are gathering and they don't know who those people are, that place will be raided immediately. We are not going to wait. My government is not going to wait till something happens. Oh, we have seen movement of some people going left. We don't know where they're going. The DPO in that community immediately gets the report and move in there to know who those people are. If such thing has been going on in Anambra, believe you me, Dr. Reuben, they will not feel Anambra is a safe haven. This is part of what I want to do. And there will be a central point in Oka, the state capital, where these coordinated informations will be brought to. I know some people, I know they might say, this has been tried one way or the other. No, it is the seriousness of the chief executive officer. If I have to speak to the commissioner of police every day, and I tell him, please, CP, by 6 a.m., I need to get the report of what you have done yesterday on my table, whether on my phone or you send it on my iPad or you bring it on a hard copy to my table. It will make the police to sit up. It will make the DSS to sit up. It will make the military to sit up, knowing fully well that the governor will call them in the morning to know what is going on. So these are part of the ways I intend to end this insecurity in Anambra State.
Okay. Now, that's insecurity physical. In December, in Ihiala local government, Okija, in Okija specifically, 21 persons died struggling for food palliatives. And you have, background in agriculture, empowering farmers. How do you intend to solve the problem of hunger in Anambra State and long-term poverty, which led to the death of innocent people during Christmas?
First of all, my sympathy, my heart goes to the family of the people that died in that sharing of palliative in Okija. The problem we have faced in Anambra State, if you want to solve hunger and empower farmers, you must solve insecurity, because these farmers are not able to go back to their farm anymore. So my first target is solving the security problem of Anambra. Once that is done, it will increase the food production. If I tackle the insecurity, especially to farmers, providing a base for the farmers, a security outfit. These ones are not the one on the road. This one will be the one in the bushes to enable those farmers to be able to produce, harvest their produce and bring it out. Secondly, part of what we have done in All Farmers Progressive, I just came back from Turkey 3 weeks ago. We went to inspect plant-based fertilizer, not just organic, because we have understood that most of these organic fertilizers has not helped the farmers. Most of them, the production, what they get out from when these farmings are done is not okay. So we went now to inspect plant-based fertilizers, which over time has proven that this has been able to increase the food production in the country. This is what I'm going to put in Anambra State. Training of farmers will be key, because whatever you're doing, if the person is not trained, I will make sure that farmers in Anambra are periodically trained, because they need to know what the trend is. And also, I will provide assistance for them. But all these things is, first of all, when I've been able to secure Anambra. Because no matter what assistance I provide to farmers and they are not able to go to their farm, the produce or whatever output they will get will be in low. They will not be able to do anything. First of all, I will provide equipment for farmers that are into commercial farming. They will have equipment and they will have loans from my government. And these are because I know that this problem of what happened in Okija was as a result of hunger that led people to go and fight for it. Anambra today produces rice in so much that if these things are taken care of, nobody needs to go and look for one bag of rice to feed with. When these loans are given to farmers, grants, some of them will be given loans, some of them will be trained. This is the way you're supposed to do it. This is what is affecting what you're doing. And on other farmers that need to be sent abroad to go and learn more about the farming, because when we talk about farming in this country, people think that it's just about going to the farm, plant something on ground and bring it out. No, there are measures you have to take. There are incentives. There are other factors that affect plants, that affect the things that are planted in the farm. So if you don't tackle it at that point, production will still be low. So these are part of the things I have decided that to increase farming in Anambra State. Farming is one of the key things I have in mind, because if food production increases, Dr. Reuben, hunger will reduce to an extent in Anambra State and even in the nation.
On that note, Dr. Nwafor, let's just take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and the conversation will continue.
City Talks with Reuben Abati.
Welcome back from that commercial break, and if you are just tuning in, this is City Talks with Reuben Abati on City 1051 FM. Today, we've been discussing the forthcoming off-cycle gubernatorial election in Anambra State on November 8, 2025, against the background of the state of insecurity in the Southeast and other issues. And our guest has been Dr. Onyeka Nwafor, a medical doctor, an economist, and a politician who is seeking the gubernatorial governorship position on the platform of the All Progressives Congress in Anambra State. Well, Dr. Nwafor, thank you very much for staying with us. And, you know, our listeners are here, our viewers on various social media platforms, they've been listening to you. And they know, of course, that they can join us on 0700 1051 1051, and also via WhatsApp on 0909 916 4403, and on social media, Zoom, Instagram, and Facebook via @City 1051. Now, Dr. Nwafor, you've talked about insecurity, you've talked about food security and how farmers will be empowered, and the linkage between insecurity and the famine and hunger and poverty. Now, you are primarily a medical doctor. Healthcare is a major problem, not just in Anambra State, but the whole country. The cost of everything has gone up. Inflation is over 34%. People, you know, can't maintain, they can't feed, not to talk of maintaining their health. As a medical doctor, what difference will you make if you get the chance to become the governor of Anambra State?
Okay, Dr. Reuben, thank you. Let me quickly make a correction on something which over time the media has been able not to differentiate the two. I am the chairman and CEO of Yenko Medical Center, a hospital that was established in Anambra State years back, precisely in Onitsha, but not a medical doctor. But I will take a clue which doctors are working on it. Is being the chief medical officer of the hospital is Dr. Anago, who has his own hospital. Let me take, for example, the reason for me establishing that hospital in Anambra State was simple. There was an incident of one of my cousins who was rushed to the hospital, and they were looking for a particular drug to give to him. They couldn't find the drug, and he died. They said they don't have it, they should go and buy it. Before they could come back, he gave up the ghost. So this thing touched me seriously. The reason why it touched me seriously is because I looked at him. This is simple thing that's supposed to be affordable, supposed to be in the hospital, and they don't have it, Dr. Reuben. So you see, healthcare is one passion I've had. How do I intend to change the healthcare system in Anambra? You know, Dr. Reuben, there is a difference between providing healthcare and providing affordable healthcare. You can provide healthcare that will not be affordable, and you will say that you have provided people healthcare. I will subsidize virtually all the drugs being given in health centers in Anambra State, virtually, to the point that it will almost be free. It will almost be free, that people, even if you don't have money, at least as little as it is, you can get treated. And how would that be done? It is simple. The population in Anambra State is not so much to the point that the state cannot cater. I will expand by creating different health centers. I know we have some, but they are not enough. I will create more different health centers and increase the number of general hospitals in Anambra State. Because, you know, health is first. Once they don't have that health, they don't have it. And also try to look at the welfare of doctors and nurses. Because if their welfare is not taken into consideration, the output of what you get from them will not work. First of all, and there will be health insurance scheme, the working health insurance scheme for every indigene of Anambra State, that you can be treated at the point, even if you don't have money, the state government takes care of it, and that health insurance caters for your health needs. And if there is any way, you like in Anambra State, I can tell you now, we don't have accident emergency centers, Dr. Reuben. There is no ambulances that can take, if accident happens now, they are waiting on road safety. Part of the plan I have is to create accident emergency unit in the major highways of Anambra, in the streets of Anambra, whereby once there is an issue, you will dial a number, a toll-free number, the ambulance moves from where he is to rescue the person to the nearest hospital. And if the person gets to that hospital and they say we are not treating him until you pay some money, no. I'm going to make the House of Assembly to pass a law that you must admit, you know, the one we have in Nigeria is gone, that this somebody is short. You have to know. There will be a law in Anambra that you must admit and start treating an accident victim until you ask for money. So this is part of what I will liaise with House of Assembly to create a law that we mandate every hospital to start rendering treatment before even saying you have to go and buy our card. You have to no. Before, saving life first is my first priority when it comes to medical, when it comes to health. Providing those ambulances at major points of Anambra, we make to save people. At least if there is an emergency, they could be able to assist them. And this is part of what I have intended to do to solve. Like as I said to you, I visited some hospitals and I wept. Babies are born, they are just kept where mosquito. Though even those hospitals does not even have mosquito net. So as I said, the state hospitals and some health centers in Anambra State it really bothers me. And that is the reason why I have to start to make hospitals better. Because if those hospitals look better, I opened a hospital that when people get me, they will ask me, how will a reception of a hospital be looking like this? Is this a hotel? I say no, because number one, a sick person needs to be comfortable before you attend to the person. The person needs to, first of all, when you walk into this place, you have the confidence that I'm going to get a better treatment here. So this is part of what I intend doing. Changing the narrative we have now. Because what we have now is a ghost. All the hospitals in Anambra, majority of them are ghosts. Majority of them are what you can't even write home about. Where you come in, you'll be looking for one drug, the state of the hospital, and the nurses are not even, they need to be training and retraining of health workers. Because I keep on saying this, no matter the vision or dream you have, if the people you hand it over to implement it does not have the rescue skill, the training, it will be zero.
Okay, Dr. Nwafor, all these things, you will gather intelligence, you will provide resources for security agencies, you will empower farmers, you will make the healthcare in Anambra State affordable. Okay, everything has to do with money, funding, at two levels. One, where are you going to get the money to run this campaign? Provided, let's hope, you get chosen as the candidate of your party. Where's the money coming from? And then you said Soludo has not been courageous enough to say he inherited an empty treasury. Okay, let's assume you get there. You win the election. And you also meet an empty treasury. Where would the funding come from? All of these things you are talking about. Maybe you too will impose more taxes on the people so that you can raise money. Okay. Because government has to run.
Okay, yes, government has to run. You see, by God's grace, and I get there, virtually the government at the center is APC. When Soludo took over, initially he met into treasury, but they have gotten more funds now. The removal of fuel subsidy have made the federal government to increase the allocation states are getting. So he has funds now at this point. There are money in Anambra to tackle issues, but I don't know why he's not doing it. In the question of where will I get money to fund the campaign, the normal thing being done is that the political party sponsors a candidate and people donate to campaigns. Yes. No matter, you can't take it away. Once you are the flag bearer of the party will step in. People will step in. Because I believe when you have issue-based campaign, funds will come.
So from your experience, Dr. Nwafor, seeking a political office is a fundraising exercise.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
That's what you are saying.
No, it's not a fund. What I
because it will look like business. So if you are waiting for people to bring money,
let me
sponsor.
No, let me say this. I have funds for the election, but remember, no matter how rich you can be, you cannot sponsor your election single-handedly. No matter how rich you might look, even in America, anywhere, people must donate. I am not waiting for people's money, but no matter how rich you are, there must be collaboration. Those collaborations must not be people waiting for you to pay them back. People can give based on your vision, one way or the other. The funds for my election is there, but what I'm saying is that definitely help will come from outside. Even the governor himself, as the governor of Anambra State, will still do fundraising, because as a governor, he will still look for money for him to go and campaign. So these are the two factors. And I can tell you, Dr. Reuben, there is money in Anambra now because the allocation has increased. From the report I saw the last time, I can't even find it. I think the governor has received over 100 and something billion from when he became governor to date, when the president came in to date. So there are money in Anambra as I speak this time around.
Okay, the people who are classified as unknown gunmen, who cause mayhem, who say people should not come out on Mondays in the southeast, they are young people, they are youths. Now, what are you going to do if you become governor to put those young boys and women to productive engagement, so that they will not be busy, engage in unproductive activities that sabotage the economy and the people?
Okay.
How will you empower the youths?
First of all, when I become governor, on the issue of the unknown government, I will first of all identify who they are, because I know people know them. And when I'm able to identify who they are, I need to sit down and see them. Because remember, there are issues of militancy in the Niger Delta. Today, they were granted amnesty and they went into so many things. First of all, I'm going to liaise with the Ministry of Youth in Abuja for us to be able to bring these youths together. It's not just Ministry of Youth in Anambra. I will create programs. The people that want to go and further their study, I will have to provide resources for them. Then these youths will be trained. When they say training youths, it's not giving them keke napep. It's not sure of providing keke napep, providing okada for them. No. I have to get them together. We have to sit down and talk. Let me know your various talents. What do you think you can do? Some people can say, we want to go and learn making of shoe. Okay, I have to create an avenue where they have to learn it. And after learning it, I will give them grants for them to establish. I may not take out all the youth from poverty, but believe you me, Dr. Reuben, in the 4 years, I will take out so many of them. Because part of what causes insecurity is also issues of lack of job. They don't have anything they are doing. So they say that if we go into kidnapping, we are going to get more funds. But my government is going to tackle it seriously by engaging those youths, providing resources for them. The people that need to go to school, we train them. The people that need to go to vocational training, we will train them. We will give out grants to those youths, people that's already trained, but what they are looking for is grants for them to start out their business. I will not support issue giving of keke napep. No, I will not take that into consideration. Or giving okada, tell them to no. We have to go out from that narrative to technology-based narrative. There are people you need to go and train as security experts. Maybe people have to get the security of AI knowledge, web design, all of that. There are people that need to do it. So I will create an enabling environment. I will pick people from different local government. I will do it local government by local government. Each local government will provide a certain number of people for me, a certain number of period. So let me make sure that all the local government in Anambra State has been taken care of. And believe me, Dr. Reuben, if this program runs successfully, there will be less issue of youth restlessness in Anambra State.
Okay, as we begin to wrap up, I have just about, one or two more questions. Now, I think it was yesterday that the old government house, Enugu, Senator John Azutambata, senator from Rivers East and a query man, emerged as the new leader, new president general of the Ohaneze Ndigbo. Now, what do you consider to be the importance of Senator Azuta Mbata, emerging as the new leader of the Ohaneze Indigo, succeeding Dr. Chief Emmanuel Nwayanwu from Imo State, now of blessed memory.
Okay, first of all, the senator that took over the FM affairs of Ohaneze Indigo, first of all, let me congratulate him. Secondly, I look at the body before the president of the body, because that body is a unifying body that has brought Igbo people together. And I believe with his wealth of experience, he's going to look into so many issues, even these issues of IPOB, issues of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu being in detention, issues of developing Southeast, because he has been one way or the other in the helm of affairs. He understands that Southeast is undeveloped. So I know that him coming on board will be a voice for him to speak for Southeast, and to speak for the marginalization Southeast has experienced, to speak for more development in Southeast, to speak for more inclusiveness of Southeast into the scheme of thing. Thank God, Southeast Development Commission is already in place. And I know that he's going to help to unify all the Igbo people, because he is a man people trusted. He's a man people love. Ohaneze Igbo is not an organization which you can buy. No matter how much you have. It's an organization which, if they don't see the record you have, like Iwanyanwu, is not where anybody can sit. So I know him coming on board will change the whole factors of how Ohaneze Igbo has been going on. He will bring in his wealth of experience. Bet me, Dr. Reuben, in the next 1 year, 6 months, you will see a lot of difference in his leadership. That's what I know, and I can bet for that.
Okay, finally, what strategy? Who are the people backing you? What strategies are you working on to make sure that you win the nomination of the All Progressives Congress?
Okay,
because you are an aspirant now, you must connect with Abuja, you must connect with the party at the local level to be, the candidate to start with. Okay. And then you take it from there.
Okay, Reuben, thank you. First of all, my faith lies in God, in everything I do. God, number one. So my first point is God, who have handled this whole election with. Let me now go to my APC, my party. I was a part of the electoral committee that conducted the elector of Senator Monday in Edo State. I was part of the campaign council of Governor of Bayelsa, the former APC candidate of Bayelsa, Kogi. I was the appeal committee that cleared Governor Ayedetuwa after his primary. We listened to all our grievances of other aspirants, and we came to a conclusion, and we wrote our report and cleared him. I have served the party. Also, I've represented the national chairman, His Excellency Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, in some of occasions. So APC knows me, and they know that I'm a committed and loyal member of the party. And believe me, Dr. Reuben, by the special grace of God, strategies on ground, I will secure the ticket of the party. And I will come back again to tell Anambrarians another scope of what I have planned to do for them. But first of all is God. The second is my service, my loyalty. The service I've been to the party. The party knows that I'm a very loyal servant who have done things they have asked me to do and delivered on it.
Well, on that note, Dr. Onyeka and Nwafor, I would like to thank you very much for joining me, Reuben Abati, today. Your insights and vision for the future of Anambra State have been truly enlightening, and we want to wish you all the best in your journey ahead. And that wraps up today's edition of the program. And to our listeners, the challenge of insecurity in Anambra State, the Southeast, and Nigeria affects us all. It's not just Anambra. And for those who will be voting during the Anambra polls coming much later in the year, November 8, 2025, the insecurity crisis in Anambra and the Southeast is a pressing issue that requires bold, innovative, and collaborative solutions. As the elections draw closer, you must critically evaluate the plans and promises of candidates, ensuring that peace and security remain a top priority. Please do not sell your votes. Vote your conscience when that time comes. If you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to reach out to us on our social media platforms. Let's work together to build a safer and more prosperous nation.